Hi guys, I'm Ian Hauser from CosplayforChrist. Today we'll be continuing our devotional series on What is Your True Identity by Kevin Barnett. Today we'll be talking about how to be a good friend like Phil Coulson. So throughout this chapter, Kevin talks about Phil Coulson being the little guy in the background who makes sure everything gets done right. You know, someone you can trust, someone you can rely on, and someone who's willing to make the sacrifice play. Being a friend means being these three things. Being someone that people can trust. See, I'm sure being a super spy is a crazy business and really hard to build trust in. We see that throughout Captain America the Winter Soldier as characters constantly question the idea of trust. And a big part of that story is Steve finding trust in people and not as much big conglomerates. And in our life, our friends need to be those people in our life that we know when we're sharing and when we're bringing them into the top secret parts of our life, they're people we can trust, people we can rely on with our secrets. Not that we should be keeping secrets of like, oh, this or that, but there's parts of our lives that we can let people into more, right? And parts that some people aren't ready to come into, right? So we need to be aware of that emotional intelligence of our friends. Are they people we can trust? And are we people that other people can trust? Trust means understanding the time and place to bring up discussions. Understand the time and place to lament, to pray, to care for, right? To correct. If you don't trust somebody, they're not going to be ready to lament with you, to pray with you, right? To be honest with you even. The next is to be someone that people in your community can rely on. Do you follow through on your word? Is your word your vow? As we look at Phil Coulson, he's constantly someone that's willing to go above and beyond to help anyone. I think one of my favorite Phil Coulson moments is not even from any of the movies. There's a short called The Detour. I might be wrong on that. In which, between Iron Man 2 and Thor, Phil Coulson goes to pick up some snacks at a gas station in which it's starting to get robbed. So Phil Coulson goes super spy mode and takes some guys out with a bag of flour and some other stuff he finds around the store. Even though he's not on duty and just is going around picking up some snacks, he still goes above and beyond to serve his community and to be a good friend to all those around. Finally, and this is one of the major things that Kevin touches on in this chapter, is friendship requires sacrifice. Throughout the New Testament, love is often compared in the greatest value with sacrifice. See, such verses as, there is no greater love than this, to lay down one's life for their brother. Or, for a husband to love their wife the same way that Christ loved the church. Christ loved the church by sacrificing his life. Love is shown through sacrifice. And in the same way as Phil Coulson, an everyday man, was willing to go up against the god of mischief, Loki, we need to be willing to step into environments that push us beyond our comfort zone. Because when we're willing to sacrifice, that inspires others to be willing to sacrifice, to give up more of themselves to help others. In the final moments of Avengers, everyone on that team is willing to sacrifice it all to try and save New York and the world. Iron Man takes the bomb and flies it through the wormhole knowing that he might not make it back out. Natasha and Clint are everyday people just using guns and bows to fight off an army. Banner, despite the fact that he knows becoming the Hulk may lead to further rejection, further pain, He's willing to sacrifice his feelings about the matter to fight off the Chitauri army. Thor is willing to sacrifice his relationship with Loki because he realized at that point it wasn't saving itself and it was becoming toxic. And he realized if he didn't do anything to stop his brother would cause further issues. Captain America, much like Clint and Natasha, is not that far from a normal human. And he knew that he alone could not take on an army. He was not powerful enough. But he knew as part of a team with friends that were willing to trust him and willing to sacrifice alongside him. The Avengers together became friends. And in that friendship, they were able to overcome the odds. Our sacrifice teaches other people how to sacrifice. And that is true love. To be a friend like Phil Coulson. To love people in our sacrifice. You guys have an absolutely wonderful week. If you guys want to check out the book, check the description down below. Again, it's What is Your True Identity by Kevin Barnett. And if you guys really want to support this channel, please please comment. I would love to hear, who do you think of the Avengers would be the kindest friend? I'm going to put in my vote for Captain America. And I want to see what you guys can say in the comments down below. And then, if you guys just want to follow us on social media, it's at CosplayforChrist on Instagram. CosplayforChrist. Cosplay for Christ. That's how we live. You guys have an absolutely wonderful week.